Four.
Hello everyone, it's your boys Lee and Emanuel, and today we are talking about pedals on a budget. Oh, that was intended. How are you guys? Lee, what's going on?
Not too bad. Looks like I'm a million miles shorter than you, so I'm going to go like that because I have a tall man complex.
Well, we don't know, but what we know is that these pedals do cost around $100 or euros, or
is that all together?
All together, like it's not exactly 100. Like it's depending on where you buy it and where you're living. But actually, right here in Germany, you can get them for around 100 euros. I think it was 104, like the cheapest options, new, like not secondhand, new. Yeah, that is pretty amazing because they actually don't sound cheap. They sound pretty good. So what you heard in the beginning was me playing with these pedals through the clean channel of this amp. So yeah, basically any amp you could make any amp sound like that. So Lee, do you know one of these pedals?
Let me do some magic here. Let me do like this. Whoa. In my chest.
What happened?
Are three
What
pedals.
happened? I can't see it.
You can't see it. Do you remember that scene out of Total Recall where like his belly turned into like little Greedo guy?
No.
Well, it's a bit not like that. So
it's a bit not like that.
It's a bit not like that
because
yep.
I don't know it.
Okay, so we had the Hot Plexi, which we've spoken about before, and it is, it's a bloody good pedal. That we've got the June 60, which we did a big giveaway on that. We did a surprise. We made it not sound like a June 60, and then said to people, "Guess what? This pedal isn't." So that was great. And the Profit, yeah, that's I helped. I did a lot of the launch on that on Pedalboard to Doom, so I advertised it for TC, and yeah, that was great fun. That was when they first came out. Really good pedal.
Did we really talk about the Hot Plexi before? I think we talked about the Carl Morton Plexitone.
Nope, it was on one of yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right. Because they look similar, they do a similar thing, but these are different pedals.
Absolutely.
In fact, that this one costs like a third of what the Plexitone costs. But yeah, that is our rig for today. So this one, I mean, it's called Hot Plexi. So what does it do? It tries to make everything sound Plexi. The June 60 is a chorus pedal, a pretty simple one because you don't have knobs to adjust. All you can do is go for mode 1 and mode 2, and that's it. And then we got the Profit, which is a digital delay pedal. And that is also the only pedal out of these three that I actually own, because you can't see it right now, but I once was endorsed by a company called Vintage Amp. Well, you can see it actually, the one over there.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
I can show that one day. It's made out of metal because it's a metal amp for metal music, right? So they made one out of metal, and that was like my way back to the analog world, because before that I played Kemper and all that stuff. I had some amps at home, but I was like, when I'm on tour, I don't want to have an amp. And, I tried with that one. That sounds great, but it didn't perform well on the road. So now I'm with Hughes and Kettner, as you can see behind me. But anyway, when I got that amp on the road, I was like, yeah, but I need effects. Because if you're living in the camper world, like everything you got to do if you want to have a delay is, scroll, like just set it up on your camper, right? So I went into a music store and I was like, yeah, I need a boost, I need a delay pedal, and everything needs to be cheap. They were like, yeah, you should take this one because it is around like 35 euros or so, and it's just it's just a good sounding, solid delay pedal. So
if you're watching and you've got experience of that pedal, let us know. It's Joyo. I've got quite a lot of Joyo stuff around here. Surprise, surprise. And it's loads of it knocking around, some more over there. Anyway, irrelevant. They do make some really good stuff. If I was just starting out, and someone gave me a pedal board full of just Joyo stuff, I'd learn a really good lesson from that, and how to use pedals, not how not to buy cheap pedals, but how to use pedals, and it would be really great. Let me ask you guys listening and watching and etc., please share this, start a watch party and these sort of things, and that just helps bring in more people. And spread the love, people. Just share us. Share our live stream in your favourite group. Other than Pedalboards of Doom, obviously.
Yeah. So, which one should we start with?
Well, we've mentioned the Hot Plexi, so why not that one?
Okay, so the Hot Plexi has 3 knobs. The first one is volume, second one is tone, third one is distortion. And it's actually a distortion pedal. Did you know that? No, you didn't. Now you know. And, let me just show you how my clean channel sounds. That's the clean channel of this awesome amp behind me. This is my favorite amp right now. It's called the Hughes Mechanical Black Spirit 200, and it's going straight into a Capzin plugin on my Mac, and that is what you can hear. So if I turn this pedal on now with everything turned to 12 o'clock, this is what we will get. That is how it would sound. How do you feel about that sound, Lee?
Sorry, mate. I was doing something so completely different.
How dare you?
No, I could hear it. It does sound bloody good, man. Let's hear that A beat. Let's see if it gives us that sort of that martially sound, because that's what it's going for, isn't it? Let's be fair.
It is. So clean. Now, what is interesting to compare, I can activate the crunch channel of that amp actually, because that is like in a similar gain stage, and it's just the amp, and it sounds lovely, but it doesn't sound like a Marshall, because a Marshall sounds like a little, like, how would you describe that? Fizzy, right? And if I turn that on, if you like it or not, you will get that fizziness that you would expect from a Marshall Plexi. Right.
There's a very particular high end, isn't there? Like you say, it's that fizzy sort of high end, but it's got a very pronounced mid range as well.
Yeah. It's not comfortable to play because it takes up everything. Because the guitar is focused on mid, so yeah, this is what you get. Okay, so let's play around with the settings a bit. Like, actually, that is a pedal that you would. I think it's not my type of gain. It's more or less your type of gain, because you like sounds.
I do like a Marshall.
You like Marshall, and the amount of gain that I like to have is that type of things. That was the lead channel of that amp, which I love. And I'm not someone that is comfortable with low gain sounds. So Lee, tell me what to do with that thing.
Okay, let's get serious here. Right. So let's hear the tone. Let's hear how much range there is on the tone.
That's everything turned to 12 o'clock.
Okay, so whack it all the way up.
100% on everything. That is probably what I would do.
No, just the tone. Just the tone. I want to hear what the tone's doing.
Just the tone. All right.
Yeah, I want to hear how. I'll see if we cut the tone all the way down now. Okay, I think it sounds more like a plexi when it's whacked all the way up.
Yes.
I can hear myself.
When it's backed up.
When
it's backed up.
No, when it's whacked all the way up. So when you've got the plexis are really trebly, really trebly in real life. So I think it sounded much better when it was whacked all the way up. So put that all the way up and then back the gain off a little bit.
Okay, so tone on 100%, then now gain. Oh, we just have distortion, okay? So
let's bring that back a little bit. Now you chuck a bass player and a drummer into that. That's spot on. That's bang on.
Yeah, I mean, if you like that type of sound, that is probably pretty amazing that you can get that for this cheap. I mean, $30. Hello. Let me increase the volume a bit.
Yep.
I mean, for me, it's not very comfortable to play because there's like literally no sustain. That sounds very hard to play, but it sounds really good. You know what I mean? Like for me, there's a difference in something that sounds good and something that is easy to play.
Yep, there goes your
So
camera
if
again.
I'm going for something like, oh, my camera, what is happening with it?
He's just randomly changing size. Nothing much. At least I haven't got pedals in my chest anymore. Oh, they're back.
That is a good sound to practice, like for these things. If you can sound any good on that one with shred, legato, whatever, then that's cool.
Okay. Go on then. You know you want to do it.
All right.
Whack up that gain, man. Whack up that distortion.
Now, what I would do is I wouldn't use it in front of a clean channel. What I would do is I would go to my crunch channel. Because I would get that. My crunch channel is that, how would you rate this? Like from 1 to 10, how much gain is that? That's my crunch channel that I would use on tour.
It's a nice amount of gain, that.
Is it? If I play... It's not really working because the gain is not too much.
Yeah, but it was good for the chords that you were playing. It was good for like some chugging. And if you were to play,
yeah, for that type of stuff, that's awesome. But like, how much gain? 1 to 10.
It's very subjective to whether we're using something like a metal zone or that. But let's say that is about a 4.
That's a 4. Okay.
Let's say that's about a 4.
From 4. Where are we now?
It's not just pushed the gain up. What it's done is it's increased the bottom end. And can you AB it for me again? I'm just going to.
Yeah, I can. So that's what.
Am I right in saying it feels like there's more bottom ends?
It's more bottom end when it's turned off. I think. That is, if I turn it off, that is. Right, it's definitely getting more high end in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was just confused as to why it was increasing the bottom end. It sounded like it was, but it could be lost in translation over the, over the net sort of thing.
Yeah, over the Netherlands and wherever the signal is going, like from Germany to the UK.
Yeah. It's a bit windy
The
today.
Netherlands are stealing our bottom end. No, but don't be offended if you're from the Netherlands. It's an awesome place to be. We played there in 2017 the last time. Oh, it has been a couple of years. We won't play there in 2020, that's for sure. But hopefully next year. But anyway, it definitely increases the gain a bit, and on top it adds that plexi-ish, martial-ish, like fuzzy sound or fizzy sound.
Please remember that when you play, it cuts your vocals off.
Yeah, okay. What, in case you didn't understand it, like, if you're using this in front of a crunch channel with medium to low gain, how I would say, then it will still add that characteristic of a Marshall plexi, like that fizzy sound we were talking in the beginning, but it also increases the gain. So what I could imagine for a gig is to play this as a rhythm sound, because you said like the chords are sounding great. And as soon as I'm going to the solo, I can just turn it on. It's still not that type of sound, but it works. And I mean, for rock playing, probably pretty cool, I'd say.
Let's whack the gain up a bit on it, with and without the crunch channel.
All right, that's in front of the clean channel. I'm now turning on the gain. Crunch channel. Now that is the amount of game that I would like to have, but I think
can you AB that?
somehow like. I'm getting better in playing with just one hand. I didn't play just a single note, but I started to make a riff out of that.
Okay, dude, how much is it pushing up the volume in the room at the moment when you turn it on?
Say it's like 10% or so.
That's where that extra bottom end's coming in from. It's just extra. It's just pushing the same bottom end, but louder.
Yeah, it's all just an acoustic trap.
Watch
Magic.
a man tune up. Woo!
Yeah.
Right.
Now the world can hear me tuning. Because no, I have the tendency to do stuff with that Goto vintage tram that you shouldn't do with a Goto vintage tram. So, yeah, please, like, don't do that at home. If you have an Ibanez AZ or another guitar with that type of tram, don't do the stuff that I do.
Don't try this at home, children. Okay, right. So,
all right,
once again, to everyone watching, please share this so other people can join in and share the love, baby. Share the love.
Yes, we need your love. And what we also need is your questions. Now, we actually don't need them, but we want to have your questions. So if you're having some question in mind, like, can you try this in this setting? Can you try to play a riff that sounds like whatever? Can you, I don't know, put that setting on that setting on that setting on that, and see how it sounds? Then just ask for that, and we will be happy to answer them, or at least to try to answer them. Now, let's move on to the next pedal.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
What is smelling?
The audience.
The audience is smelling.
Right.
Lee,
okay.
that is offending. So, let's go to this pedal in the middle. You actually mentioned it. We gave that away for the Easter giveaway, right? A couple of months back in April.
I think it was someone in the Netherlands that won that, actually, funny enough.
Oh, okay. All right. So that is the June 60. It is a chorus pedal that is based on some synthesizer also, right? You know better than me.
I can't remember the exact model it's based on. It is based on a chorus, but it looks like a synth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, let me get the details up. You demo it, and I will get the details up, because I do know this, but I don't want to get it wrong.
Okay. So we're back to the clean channel. Now when this will be a better choice. What I did is I splitted that humbucker to become a singing coil. That is what we get. Now, if I turn this thing on, it's in stereo. You have two modes, stereo and mono. If I turn on the first mode, this is how it sounds. Now let's go for mode 2. So what I like about this pedal is that you can't mess around with that. That's something that I like, because I'm I'm more or less someone who wants to turn on a pedal and wants it to sound good and to never ever touch it again. I know that most people within the guitar community are not like that. That most people within the guitar community do love to mess around with their pedals all the time, but I don't have that fetish. And that is something that is very cool with this thing, because, you know, you have 2 buttons, that's it. And actually it sounds pretty good. I think the second mode sounds like the first one, but it's just more. It's just more chorus. It's louder in the mix. It's more repetitions. And
more vibrato, isn't it? Like
more vibrato in there. Yeah.
Play a chord.
Sorry.
Play a chord.
With the second mode.
Yep. Now,
the first one.
With the settings you've got on the Hot Plexi, whack the. Go on, play that. Just set in 2.
Sorry?
Just set in 2, not set in 1 and 2. Just set in 2. Look at the pedal.
Mr. Lee?
And switch off the first yellow button.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you for the last 10 seconds. Can you repeat what you said?
Gotcha. The setting 1 on the Juno, turn it off.
Setting 1, okay. Mm-hmm.
And then put the Hot Plexi on and just play a chord. That is very vibrato, very rotary sounding, much more than you would normally expect to get out of a chorus, especially a 2-button chorus. So yeah. So what's the? There's 3 settings to this, really, isn't there? What does the switch do? Just remind me of the switch at the top.
That one, mono on stereo.
Oh, okay. Have you got it on mono?
Right. I got it on stereo. You want me to do it on mono?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be offended, okay? Cool. Now, something we didn't do is you can turn on the first and the second mode at the same time for a chorus overload. That is how it sounds. That is sounding better than I expected.
Try play some like sort of Nirvana-y sort of riff like that with the Hot Plexi on and the June 60.
No, how was it? Was that Nirvana?
Yep. Yeah, it was coming through.
Okay.
That's the sort of thing. What about a double stop bend? That always sounds sweet with a bit of.
I mean, that could work, but that would work better if we go to the second channel again, to the crunch channel, because what we get then is. Like 100% Mr. Zaggery Zag Wild. There's a clean channel and now crunch channel. that is, and now I know why he's always so confident when he's playing, because it's fucking easy to sound good if you're having like two choruses at the same time, plus a distortion channel, plus a distorted channel on your amplifier. Like that is something that is it's very comfortable to play, and kind of doesn't matter what you play. Like I could just tremolo. It sounds like I would know what I'm doing. So there's a big confidence boost. Let's call it like that. Now, what is missing for a good lead sound? We're having a chorus. We're having distortion. What else would we need?
Reverb.
That was the wrong answer, man.
Am I sod? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think we would do well with a little bit of reverb. No. Sorry, delay. I already caught that one up, didn't I? Yes. Chuck in a little bit of delay then, man. Let's see. So this is the Prophet from TC Electronics. So this was... what happened was TC Electronics was bought out by the same company that owned Behringer, and they were asked to take the Behringer line, make them a bit better, and re-release them, still at a very low price. And that's what they did, basically. These three pedals, they come in under $100, and that's together. That's all free. So you can get this
new
tone, brand new, for free. You can go and not for free, but you can go and pick them up second hand for next to free.
Yes, I looked at that actually today, at least for Germany. And second hand, you can get all these for under 50 euros.
No way.
Yes, you can. I saw that one for 15, that one for 15 as well, and that one was like 20 or so. So, and you never ever pay the price that it says on there if you buy it second hand. Like, everyone is going to be like, I can just give you 10 euros because I don't have any more. And that is how it would work then.
Yeah, it's true.
But anyway, that is as you said, the Prophet, and you introduced it. So I just turn it on, and this is what we... That's a heavy signal chain right now. So I think that is what I want to say in the first place. Now that when we got the distortion turned on, there's something that is fighting between the distortion of the amp and the distortion of the pedal. If you got too much of that, it's not ending up in a super distorted sound like you would get from a Boss ML2 or so, right? It's just up and ending in that type of, I can't describe it. Like it's like they would fight each other. And if you're going into that pedal and then into an amp that already has a distorted sound, then don't put too much distortion on there.
It's got a lot of frequency it's pushing, I think, and then what you're doing with the June 60 is you're kind of detuning that a little bit and spreading it out a bit, and then obviously with the Prophet you're kind of hitting that really hard, so that's delaying even more than it normally would. So there's a hell of a lot of signal coming on there. The bandwidth couldn't take it very well. So, and that's the first time we've had the bandwidth kind of choke up when we've been playing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because, Vodafone, if you guys hear that, we need more bandwidth. So, I'm happy to take your call. Okay. Now, I backed down the gain a little, and that is how it would
right.
Sounds better immediately.
You need to... What are the controls on the Prophet?
We got time, mix, and repeats.
Okay, and they're all down fairly low already, aren't they?
Yes, they are fairly low already. If I will turn up the mix to 12 o'clock.
What's the switch do?
That is between 16th notes and 8th notes, and what's the other one is triplets,
Right.
8-note triplets. So, what should I do with that, Lee?
Right.
Like the June 60 was comfortable. Was just like let's press the button.
Yeah.
Now we got some more choices to make for the Prophet.
Yeah. Okay. So let's turn the repeats. Sorry. Let's put it onto 8th notes.
Okay, it is on. Oh, it was on triplets. Okay, 8 notes. Cool. Turn up the mix.
Turn the repeats up.
Mm-hmm. Just joking. What else?
Bit more.
A bit more repeats.
Turn the gain down and the volume down and the tone down.
Turn everything down. Okay.
Yep. Now turn your guitar down a little bit. Let's take those repeats down. That's got so much on tap. I hate to think what it's going to sound like when you turn it all the way up. We need a bit more on the time. A little bit more on the time. Okay, so if you go to your neck pickup and turn the guitar onto single coils, turn it down almost all the way and then up a little bit. Just pick some nice triad arpeggios, so 3-note arpeggios. Bring the mix up slightly on the delay.
Sorry?
The mix up slightly on the delay. Do you like that?
Mm-hmm. Too much for me, even though we didn't. I mean, the settings are very like everything is pretty low. Mix is pretty low, repeats is pretty low. Time is at 12. Yeah, but it's
Try
it means that
try something like this. You know when you kind of like doing like pedal tone on a low A and you kind of.
Okay. I think that's better on the bridge pickup.
I think so. That sounds wicked.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Yeah.
You gotta like that sound. It's nothing that I doubt that there's a preset on the Line 6 Spyro that sounds like that. That's a pretty specific sound.
Yeah,
but
you could write some really cool songs like that. You imagine like really gentle drums over that, and it's like the intro to a song. One of my friends watching, and I asked him how he would say it, and he said, "No idea. There's too many strings." That's because, bless his heart, he's a bass player.
All right, I can grab a bass, but you don't want to hear me playing bass actually, because all I can do on bass. And what we did was that we played all of the pedals in a row, but actually, not everyone would like to buy all of them, but maybe there are people that are just interested in one of these pedals. And that's why I would like to talk a little about these pedals individually. We did that for the Hot Plexi in the beginning. Now with the June 60, what I did, I just played some clean notes with that. But actually, if I just turn on my lead channel, deactivated all the effects that were in there for the sake of this video. And now if I turn on the first note, that is how it would sound. Yeah, it sounds a little more creamy than that fizzy Marshall type of tone. And can you hear that?
Yeah, it's the June 60, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I did do some reading up on that. You're right. It did come out of a synth, but it was the chorus section of a synth. It was the chorus section of a Juno 60 from Roland. Well, Juno 6 from Roland. And it was just that part. And what they've done is they've kind of lifted that because it sounded good, copied that circuit. I'm assuming they've copied that circuit. They've emulated that sound in some way, shape, or form, and they've created the June 60.
Okay, that sounds like a funny story, but
hilarious, mate.
I'm trying to pretend that I'm shocked. Like I'm not very good at that, but I'm trying to be like, oh yeah, that was actually interesting. Like they got a synthesizer and did whatever.
You've never been so disingenuous in all your life.
Well, okay, let's just go on with that. That is the second note. If you want to be like Zach Wild, on 30 euros, that is the pedal to go for. I think like doesn't it sound like
sounds like a train's coming.
Yeah. So do I know any more like?
Mate. What are you doing?
Well, he does all the time.
We're talking about Zach Wild, and I said that it sounds like a train's coming. Why are we not playing Crazy Train?
Oh. right?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay. Because like a little story, like my brother is also working at Tonepedia, and we are always like we love those memes where there's, for example, like a photo of Dimebag Darrell, and then it says Kirk was the best guitar player that Guns N' Roses ever had. Like, you know, these photos where they're making fun out of and you know, every time someone says, hey, can you play like Crazy Train, you know, unconsciously I might play something else, and that's why I'm
just play Sweet Child of Mine or something.
Yeah, right. That's why I was like, was it Crazy Train? Okay. So yeah, I think the first note, like for rhythm guitar, the first note might work a little better. Don't move on with that because I didn't play that song in years. But actually, I think for rhythm guitar, the first note is way better because even if I'm playing. Still gives that little space to breathe, and the second note sounds like, as I said, a little more intense, and you can actually hear it like when I'm not playing, like just the raw signal. That is the first note. Decca, 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 and the second note. Decca, 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 decca. You know, it's. More calm, and I prefer that, to be honest. Now, we played that in front of a clean channel. We played in front of a distorted channel. Now let's go on with the digital, like with the Prophet, with the delay in front of the lead channel, because I actually used that.
How do you sense it?
Let me look it up because I got it marked on my personal one. Damn, the one here. Something.
Here's one I made earlier.
Something like that. Something like that.
Sounds good, man. Sounds really good.
Yeah, it's not too bad, right? It's a good bang for the buck, or how would you say that?
Yep, it's a good bang for the buck.
Yes. So, is there any more questions from the audience?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment, because we talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. We played them all together. We played them all in front of various channels of this beautiful amplifier. Is there anything else that we can do with these pedals?
Let me check through. There's lots of things you can do with them. Let's see what's the most amount of time. Turn the time all the way up. I want to see how long it gives. Can you play something with that? Let's turn that down a little bit. Turn the repeats all the way up and see if the repeats degradates. Degrade. Degrade. You're making a mess.
Yes.
What we want to do is just hit one chord and see how the note, like just one note, and just see how it degrades.
Like if it's still.
What?
I'm not playing. Guitar, turn off.
So you have to turn the repeats down.
Just enjoying that thing. No, okay.
You and you alone.
Okay, we got silence. So that is a perfect chance to tell me the settings you want to have.
So just work the repeats all the way up, and just play one note.
Mix how much and time how much?
Just leave it like that, and that'll be fine. I just want to see if how the note degrades.
One chord or one note?
Note. Just simply doesn't, does it? It's a proper digital delay. Now add the harmony. So build up a chord. Now add the fifth. Now add a seventh.
Why a seventh?
Because I want it to be horrible.
Ah, okay.
Oh, no, don't do that. Stop it.
So whenever you do something I don't like, then I'm gonna be like,
Oh.
okay, that is fun. I want to. Let's. Oh.
Oh, that makes me feel a bit sick. That's horrible.
Okay.
We should have left that. We should have left that. Put it in front of the June 60, and then messed around with the chorus.
Okay. What chord are we going for? What is the best chord on earth?
Minor ninth.
Yeah, I have something cool. I wanted to have it like do that. Didn't work. Okay, but that was not because of the pedal, but that was because I can't play like I would like to play. Now,
No one can. No one can play like they want to play.
if I turn up and down the mix, then it's there.
Of course it does. It's crazy. It's just going round and round and round inside that circuit until you turn down the repeats.
Okay, now let me do total mass.
No.
Okay.
Put the chorus on.
It is on.
Put it on like on. Yeah.
It is on.
Now do it. But play something nice. Play like a major ninth. And then just play one chord and then let it ring out.
Let me. play was.
What is that?
That is Alle meine Entchen. I don't know the English title. All My Ducks. It's actually called All My Ducks. So, yeah, in case you were wondering. Now, yeah, I think that we covered all. Like we're starting to get silly now. We covered all that we can cover with these pedals, probably. So I'd say that if there's no more questions from the audience,
good comment
that
though. Ron Pushman said he's got no questions, but he says it's a great combo of boxes for like early Van Halen-ish thing. So if we were to put the stage 2 of the June 60 on, turn the delay down so you get maybe 2 or 3 repeats, about 500 milliseconds. So maybe turn the time about halfway up, and turn the mix down so it doesn't get in your way. And then turn the gain up with very high treble. And now with delay.
Well, okay. Well, that was Van Halen, right? I wasn't wrong.
Chuck the delay on.
Ah, it wasn't on. Oh no. A bit messy, but you can.
Too many repeats.
If we would spend some time, then that could actually. I prefer it in front of a crunch channel.
Yeah, I'll try that. Put it on and turn the mix down a little bit as well.
Oh, less distortion. Yeah.
Well,
sounds good.
I will say, on behalf of everyone listening today, thank you for 99% of what you played. Not including that really horrible chord that made me nearly cry.
What was it?
The one that you did over the delay with the minor seconds. It's flattened seconds. It was horrible.
Yeah.
No, don't do it again, please. I'll go.
That was beautiful.
I can actually turn your audio off. Right, look, thank you everyone for tuning in and listening, apart from to that. And it's been lovely to have you all on here. And we will see you again next week.
Yeah, and don't be shy. If you have any questions, anything to suggest, then ask us, suggest, just drop a comment, talk to us, because we like to talk. And something that I promised someone to do is I got to do a shout out. Sorry, it's not a shootout. Oh, that would be funny. Shout out.
Move that way. That way.
Shout out to my lovely wife, because she bought me this beautiful chair.
I was looking at that earlier while you were on the bog, and it was
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I want that chair.
It's a proper gaming chair, because I had some problems with my, and she brought me that one for me to, be like feel better when I'm practicing guitar. And she bought it from money that she was, saving for years, money that she was saving when she was still going to university. So that was such an honorable thing to do. Thank you, darling. I love you.
You talking about your wife still, or me?
Yeah, I'm talking about my wife. Yeah.
Okay.
Not talking about you. I love you too, man.
Oh man, yes, that is a nice chair. Has it got arms?
What?
Has the chair's got?
I hate chairs with arms when I'm practicing guitar, because I'm doing like that.
Me too.
But what I can do is I can do like boom, and it's gone.
I was just trying that with mine. It doesn't do it.
I can also make it become a. Oh no, that's what every chair can do. But where was the other one? Where
you fell off.
It's that one.
Don't fall off, man. Don't. We can.
That would be awesome. All right.
We are professionals. We are professionals.
The time has come to bring this to an end and to go into the weekend. The
people still watching us are thanking us for that. So look, everyone have a lovely weekend. We'll see you next week with more
comments.
Amazing pedals. But do remember, these pedals, if you want to try them for yourself, go onto Tonepedia and do it, because that's what it's there for. And we're not going to tell you how good or bad these sound. You go on there and you try them for yourself, and you decide how good or bad they are. Because there's no bad pedal, but
good.
How damn good.
They sound pretty good.
Shut up. You can decide how good they are for you, how appropriate they are for you. Oh my god. Right, we're going. Bye!